Mhm. All right, people are trickling in. All right, as you guys join the webinar, I'd love to see you guys participate in the chat. If you can kindly let us know where you're tuning in from. How long have you been signed up to Glorify? Are you currently on a paid subscription? Are you on the free plan? I'd love to know more about who you guys are. Hey, what's up? Oghan, I believe. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name there. But greetings from Ireland. That's cool, man. Welcome to this webinar. Wow, there's a nice pile of people piling into the webinar. The webinar guest list. Really excited to see all of you guys. All right, so let's get kickstarted. So just before we get into the main content of today, get nice and comfy. Get yourself a cozy corner in your house or your office, wherever you're reporting from, wherever you're tuning in from. Fix yourself a drink. We've got a couple of minutes more before we get into the good stuff, so no problem. Go get yourself a tea, coffee. If it's if it's the morning for you, perhaps you want to kick up your brain engine, then go ahead and do that. You've got a couple of minutes left, and it's important that you do get cozy and comfortable, and so that you can just completely zone into the content we've prepared for you guys today. We're going to go walk through the nitty-gritty of Glorify 3.0, the new updates, and how you can use that in the most efficient way for not just a Black Friday campaign, but any campaign for that matter. Whether you're selling e-commerce products or digital products, this webinar is for you. Anyone who's an entrepreneur, a marketer, or perhaps even a designer that is working for entrepreneurs or marketers or within an agency, in-house, freelance, it doesn't matter. Your job is to make sure that people know about your product, service, and brand. And it's really important that you have an efficient design process to make sure you deliver a powerful campaign, right? And time is a factor, money is a factor, and capturing your audience is also another factor. And all these things are currencies that are super important in any business today. So it's really important that you tune in and focus throughout the entire webinar. So 2 more minutes and we're going to go straight into it. So yeah, get nice and comfortable and we're going to get kickstarted. In the meantime, still, would love to hear from you in the chat section. So again, where are you from? When did you sign up to Glorify? What plan are you currently on? Love to hear more about that. What are you using Glorify for? What kind of business are you running? And what kind of business and what kind of perhaps what kind of profession you're in even would be awesome to know about all of those things. So drop it down in the chat. Hey, Nguyen hey, Moises from Netherlands. Oh, we got people from Oklahoma as well. Wow. So it is it's literally far west and far east. This is really awesome. Hi, Senor Haroon from Morocco. And we got Andrew from London, early adopter. It's always great to see some fellow early adopters of Glorify. I guess I can consider myself an early adopter, or probably the most earliest adopter, if I can say that. We got Salma from Egypt and Esteban from Colombia. This is awesome. So I think there's so many time zones in this, and without delaying it any further, I'm sure some of you guys are probably in different time zones altogether, extreme morning, extreme evening, and time is a huge factor. So we'll get straight into it. So today's webinar is about creating powerful marketing assets that matter. Generally speaking, as I touched on just earlier, your design process has to be both efficient and streamlined so that you can produce design assets at scale. There's so many channels that you need to keep up with today. You've got LinkedIn that is becoming really active. Facebook, Instagram are kind of the pioneering channels that everyone is on. And TikTok has just been booming lately. So that's another channel. So these channels, more and more channels keep opening up. You could take that further into your own channel, such as your website. Perhaps you might have a blog, you might have a YouTube channel even, or you might have so many different areas that you're pushing content to push to gain an audience and really get traction in a digital business today. Whether you're selling a physical product or a service, it is really important that your design process, of course, no doubt, is super, super efficient. And Glorify has all the tools that you need to become efficient in this process. And we're going to show you how. And we're also going to touch on the glorious future that we have ahead. I'm sure some of you guys have been following our journey very closely, and you have seen how far we've come. I know it's taken us a considerable amount of time, but we put so much diligence and so much thought process and so much investment into this product to make it truly the most balanced design tool that exists, so that not only professional designers can use it with unlimited creative freedom, but also non-designers can get kickstarted solo in a much more efficient way than you can see in any other design tool or even DIY design tool that you see today. And that's the vision. We want to sit right between some of the titans, and may I say the titans such as Adobe and Canva, because Adobe is too complex and Canva is too basic. And that's where Glorify sits in. It has all the complex and more advanced features that you need, but in an easy to use package. And this is the dream. And we want you to participate in this dream. And today you're going to see a snippet of how this unfolds for you. So let's get into the actual action. So in that light, we're going to go right into Glorify. Now, one more important piece of information. It is really important that you guys stay all the way through to the end of this webinar, because there's a Black Friday deal. Of course, it is November. Black Friday is around the corner, and we are doing an early Black Friday discounted offer. It is a huge offer. You cannot miss out on it. So it is very important that you stay all the way to the end so that you can get access to the offer, right? So without further ado, let's jump into Glorify's editor. So this is the new revamped editor. If you guys haven't explored it yet, I'm sure a lot of you guys have explored it already. I mean, it's been live for a considerable amount of time, out of beta very recently, and it's a makeover. Okay, so we have all of our editing. Some of the things are familiar, like you got your editing flows on the right-hand side, and then you got your layers in a tab, a very simple, accessible tab, and you got your pages, so you can have multiple pages. We released presentation mode, which we'll show you in a bit. You can share with a single link, and you can export all your files. Similar territory, nothing changed over there. However, we've now have a new workflow. We've actually realized the importance of having some quick select tools. So we brought a bunch of quick select tools, super easy to use, right anchored to this tool menu over here. And for those of you guys might need those libraries, those assets, don't worry, they haven't gone away. They're right here in one button, what we call the assets panel or the libraries panel. Your templates, your projects, your uploads, everything available in this panel, which you can take with you anywhere on this canvas. So you can kind of have a very free working workflow as you drop items. And guess what? Also, things can be dragged into your canvas now. So you just can simply drag and drop things, including mockups and any other element that you need. Now, very important feature that no one can miss. Now, this is a single canvas that you see right now. You can expand this to an infinite canvas. And this webinar is focused on an infinite canvas workflow, which is when you click this button over here, you get access to the canvas tool. It prompts you, giving you a little disclaimer saying that if you do go down this route, you cannot go back. So you're exploring the infinite canvas page. So if you go ahead and try this now, your page turns into an infinite canvas. And now you can draw multiple canvas. For those of you guys are familiar with other tools like Figma, the user interface design tool, for example, you can do the same thing over here. You can create as many canvases as you like. That is essentially the new workflow. For those non-designers might be intimidated by this. Don't be. It's really simple. It's no different from your other tools. You just zoom into your canvas, you start adding things you like, and away you go, right? And if you get lost, you don't have to panic. You've got this beautiful button right here called Focus Zoom, which will take you back to your content. So wherever you get lost, click this and you get back to it. And any layer that you select and you click the same thing, it focuses on that layer directly. So there's no excuse to ever get lost, essentially. So really simple and powerful workflow, and we're going to show you why. Now, in this webinar, what we wanted to focus on is give you a real lifelike scenario where our creative director and myself are going to craft collaboratively a marketing campaign on Glorify. And we're going to show you how to do that. Now, oopsie. So this is all of our, all my menus. Let me just hide all of that. Okay, so we've got this folder over here. And let me just open Glorify again. So where is, Glorify is over here. Oops. Okay, so let me just minimize because there we go. So I created, everyone knows, some of you guys most likely know the brand Pull & Bear. We're going to do Pull & Bear as a case study. Perhaps Pull & Bear has a huge marketing campaign that they need to deliver, and they have to deliver it really fast. Of course, they have to create assets at scale. So we've got a bunch of products from Pull & Bear that you see here. These are fashion products. Great thing with Glorify now, you can simply drag and drop your folder with products, images, anything you need, any asset you need, you can drag and drop it and it'll directly upload on your canvas, which is great. So you can see here it's starting to populate. And once it's uploaded, you're ready to go. Now I'm going to take the canvas tool and I'm going to draw a canvas around it. I'm going to name this canvas so that I'm clear what it is. It's called products. I'm going to keep it here as a little assets library. This just makes it convenient. So as I'm designing marketing assets, I've got all the products that I need available right here, and they don't have to go missing. In fact, I can even take it a step further and actually remove some of the backgrounds if I want to use them. So, for example, this is just kind of prepping my content. Go ahead and remove the background using our AI background removal tool, which does a job. There's tutorials for this to go deeper into these tools on YouTube that I won't touch on today in the interest of time. But there's, color adjustments that you can make. You can adjust shadows. You can do so much on that tool alone. And this is really the process. Now, to take this step further, when you're creating a marketing campaign, of course, you're going to create graphics. You're going to need backgrounds. You're going to need a style. And to do that, it's really important that you prepare this stuff before you go directly into the design process, right? And me as a business owner, if I was selling these products, you want to make, it's in your best interest to make sure that everything is super cohesive. So I'm going to call this a mood board. Part of the design process is really important to have a mood board. And the way a mood board works is just taking inspiration, colors, imagery, things that you could use in your design process. So what I'm going to do is take a rectangle over here that you see here, and I'm going to start to select some colors that I want to use in my campaign. So here's a beautiful green from this product over here. I know I want to use this because I know it's going to stand out. This product is really beautiful for this brand. And then I also have this really light sort of blue. It's very important to have some neutrals. And since we are talking about Pull & Bear, we do need the logo as well, which I need to grab very quickly. So just bear me a sec. I know a teammate sent me this logo. Yeah, got it here. Okay, so here's a logo. Again, simply drag and drop. And it's right there for us to use. I'm going to scale this up. So very important that Pull & Bear, if you look at it as a brand, if you ever go on their site, you'll start to, and this is something we did a bit of research before coming on this webinar, looking at their style. There's a lot of urban kind of fashion style that's going on here. Quite minimal colors overall. The site is using pastel, minimal colors with a few bright colors around it. So this is, and the typography is very important, very big, bold, narrow font text, but very kind of in your face, which capitalized. And we want to take that into this mood board here too. So I'll work on typography in a moment, but just to cover all the colors, I think this gray is something that you can see repeated across their style. I know there's a lot of kind of this chino beige color that you see over here, and also this one. So you can see just by picking the colors from the product, you can create a very cohesive color palette that is very representative of the brand. In fact, let me go into the lighter version of this color a little bit down here. Great. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm good to go. And I'm going to keep this over here for later use. I'm going to work on my typography now. I want to make sure that as I'm making marketing campaign design, I want to prepare what kind of font I want to use beforehand. So in this instance, looking at the Pull&Bear website, I think Bebas New would be a great font. Let's call this a big, bold title or heading, a big, oops, that's not spelled right, is it? Big, bold heading. And I'm going to scale this up. And let's, there we go. So that looks nice and chunky. And of course, when you're doing design communication design, it's very important to have body text, of course. So you're going to need body text, and I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to go by the default body text, which is Roboto. Let's increase this mood board size. Okay, so we got our colors, we got our text. Now, what's next? We do need to, that rhyme, by the way, what's next? We do need to get a bit of some imagery, right? So let's do that. So we'll use this as a little starting point. You can see from the site, from the products, there's a minimalism going on here. So let's pull from our image library, go to libraries menu, go to images. We'll go into Pexels, which is a free image library. We'll start with some kind of urban graffiti, like graffiti perhaps would be a good keyword in this instance. Okay, so this take it easy looks pretty cool. We'll go into like some minimal design, like some of these kind of urban textures will look pretty cool as well. Let's see if there's anything else I could utilize. Okay, this looks pretty cool as well. And what else? Well, this is Black Friday after all. So let's go and find some Black Friday inspiration. Plenty of Black Friday inspiration over here. Okay, this one looks great. Nice minimalistic style design over here. Beautiful. And let's just go ahead and add this all in here. So we'll go and scale it up, just organize it so that things are nice and neat and ready to go. We got auto grid snapping, which is really useful for kind of creating these layouts for sure. So we can always do that. And perhaps this one we can make nice and big. Boom. So here's my mood board, right? In fact, let me just do that. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so here's my mood board. So we got this urban feel overall, and we also got like some, let's say, some personas for Black Friday. So now looking at Black Friday, I know that not only do you want to push the common product pastel colors, we need a color that stands out. And I think looking at Black Friday, you always see, and looking from this inspiration, notice in most Black Friday campaigns, they always have a very strong contrasting key color that you're using in the marketing campaign, like a bright yellow or a red or deep, a bright green. Just because it's Black Friday, you want to catch people's attention. You want to look different. So I think this is pretty good to go. I'm pretty happy with this. And we'll get started on the next part of the webinar, which is another exciting part. So let's do that in a moment. I'm going to, this kind of got this bit organized. Let me just distribute horizontally. Cool. And move that over here. Okay, what I'm going to do is title these up as well. So I'm going to give this titles palette. So, you know, anyone that comes on this file who's collaborating on this will know what it is. And this is clear direction for me too. And here we'll have our mood board. Great. Okay, so the next part is going to be interesting. We're going to invite our creative director, Nico, to get started on the design process. I'm just going to prepare a few design sizes because let's say I've got a campaign as a business owner. I know the channels I want to target, and some of the channels that I need are going to be Instagram story posts. So it's about drawing a canvas here, going to the browse sizes on the right, and we'll say we want a story post. So we'll select this. We're going to have multi-select soon available. So you can click as many sizes you want and batch process them. That's in the pipeline. So really exciting feature over there. But for now, you can do them individually. Select size. We'll browse this, make it an Instagram post size, duplicate. Let's go browse size. I think we also need our HD banner for our website, because that's really important. When you drive traffic, you want them to see a similar style banner, of course, to make the campaign cohesive. We need a Google ad. A very common one would be the wide one, which is the wide skyscraper. You can also type Google as a platform. You'll get all the Google ads here as well, which is great. So wide skyscraper done, really small ad that appears on websites. And of course, maybe Pinterest is a fashion brand. I think it's good to target Pinterest for sure. So we'll look for Pinterest. Boom, here is our Pinterest advert. Brilliant. I'm happy with that. Nico, are you there? Senor?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, guys.
Well, let's give a warm welcome to Nico, our creative director. Nico, do you want to give a quick intro about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Nico, I'm Glorify creative director. I've been doing this since 2019. So now, based on what Omar designed, so the Pull&Bear mood board, I'm going to create some really quick graphics. So let me share my screen. Okay.
And while we're going through this process, guys, Nico will tackle each design one by one. So you want to we'll be both commenting on the process as we go along to kind of give you insight on how things work and what's our thinking.
Okay, still loading. Refresh. Okay, here we go.
Perfect.
Yeah. You can see everything. So the first thing I'm going to do is basically, based on typography, color palette, and the mood board, try to create kind of elements that I can reuse on all the marketing material. So we are saying, okay, this is a Black Friday campaign. So let's use these. And okay, let me increase the mood board. So I have a little bit of space.
I took way too much space. Sorry, man.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's start with Black Friday. Very simple text. Maybe, yeah. Get much more compact. But it's something really simple, but that we can reuse it on the graphics. And then let's do some CTA button. So we have the button here.
Yeah, while you're making that, Nico, if I can comment on the button. So those guys who don't, you can see, you can double click and edit the button now, which is a new feature from Glorify. Before you would only be able to edit it on the edit panel field. But with this is much more efficient. Of course, double click, edit it, customize exactly how you want. Glorify is one of the few applications that has a unique button element. So you can actually create this button element, customize it how you need, give it rounded corners, give it a different style, and it'll be responsive. So if you scale the button from the sides, it'll actually be responsive, and the text will stay in the center. Even if you add an icon like a shopping cart icon, it stays responsive like a UI element. As you can see, Nico just stretched it and it stays fully responsive, which is really cool. Very useful for kind of crafting your campaigns and leading users to click in your ads and your other content.
I'm just now picking some bright color for the discount. So
yeah, that makes sense. You want to catch the eye for sure.
Really simple elements, nothing extremely complicated. Maybe another thing we can add, man, is, okay, we go here and we have like a shape library. So I'm thinking about some, symbol, pictograms for, pop culture, stuff like that. So we have like a full library here. If you click here, you can see, a nice smile. Let's increase the size, change the color, and then, yeah, website icon. And maybe let's see something. Yeah, maybe this. It's a nice shape.
So as you see, Nico's preparing all the elements he needs to get the design process started. You're going to need graphics. You're going to need little icons. You're going to need anything that you need to, amplify the brand voice. So yeah, there's plenty of assets that you can pull from our libraries. The shape library is ever growing. We keep adding more to it every, as time goes on. If you have more suggestions in terms of what you would like to see in those libraries, would be, we're happy to add more. The presentation of the shapes, they're quite light gray. We're going to actually make an update on that so that they can be much more visible on the edit panel. But as you can see, once you add it, you can just change the color and move forward from there. So I think you got a fair amount of cool elements. Would it be okay, Nico, to show our audience, wonderful audience, the smart shapes and the pattern?
Sure.
So smart shapes. Yeah, smart shapes are awesome, guys. Like we have a whole tutorial video on smart shapes alone, which you can explore very soon. But you can draw a shape on the canvas directly, and you can actually tweak these handles to customize it. Every smart shape has unique handles, and I welcome you guys to explore those handles and play with them, because you can get very unique styles from them. So you can see over here, the shape over here, how you can kind of tweak the rounded corners and things like that.
Also, you can even change the complexity, I think.
Yeah, so you can type any value you want, and you can, of course, you can drag those fields as well.
Or even, you can try with circle as well.
Yeah, so there you go. You can create this ring effect. So these are advanced smart shapes that you can take advantage of to craft these really unique kind of forms. And last but not least, if we add a rectangle, we could probably show the guys what a pattern would look like. So you can add any image into a shape by clicking the add image part, and then once you add the image, you go to the edit panel on the right, and you can tweak the pattern. So if you add the checkbox repeat pattern on the right hand side, you can create really these cool effects.
Yeah, maybe this is not the right image, but it's okay.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it could be interesting with perhaps some fashion product, for sure. Maybe just like a hoodie or multiple hoodies. But yeah, this is quite funny, of course. Right, let's get kickstarted in the design process.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with background, and then let me show you the process of the background remover as well. Again, so you select the image, go on the right panel, remove background. Go down. Perfect image here. Let me remove the background here as well, so I can use it.
So you can see how efficient, guys, this design process is. As you take your products, remove the background, preparing all of your elements, you're ready to craft the ultimate marketing campaign. You want to leave no questions when you get the design process started. You don't want to think about what colors you have to use, nor do you want to think about what kind of assets and text and call to actions you want to use. So all of those things are prepared in advance. So you can see Nico's already picked the product he needs. Always cool to do some fancy stuff with like overlaying. You can always get these interesting look and feels, as you can see. So it doesn't matter if a bit of text is being hidden. It's the art of being a bit dynamic with your elements. Of course, anyone can read that. There's no problem in that. So here's the button element. Nice, catchy Black Friday badge. Very important.
And obviously we need like the logo. We can even place it, really small in the bottom of the image like this. And maybe, what do you think? Let's maybe use some of these elements, maybe the arrow.
Yeah, go for it. It's all about experimenting, right?
Yeah, just experimenting. So just copy and paste and show.
Yeah, extremely simple layout, but very effective. And guys, that's what design is. Sometimes people just overcomplicate it in their minds. They think it's complex, but it's not. It's big title talking about what the offer is, what's the main topic, Black Friday, what's the discount, what's the product, what's the brand. An image speaks 1,000 words, right? So yeah, this looks powerful already, Nico. Appreciate that.
Now, I mean, we are saying that we are doing like a Black Friday campaign, so we need to have all the image coherent together. So what I'm gonna do is just copy and paste the text here for an Instagram Square post. So this is an Instagram story. Then just pick the same background. We'll use this image.
And that's the art of, I guess, when you create one design, the next one is going to be easier and easier. You're just moving them into the next size, and it makes the process really simple. You don't have to do any thinking once you get the first one out of the way, for sure, especially if it's an ad campaign, right?
Maybe you can even, try a different color combination. So just duplicate this one. Let's try, the negative version. Yeah, works quite well. And then we can start doing I think, the HD banner as well. So we just same background here. Just copy and paste. Maybe, yeah, you can rearrange proportion as well. And maybe add a little bit of body text. Can you guys hear me, guys? Omar?
Yeah, loud and clear, man.
Okay,
You're all good.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to say I might answer. Guys, keep the questions coming in the Q&A. We'll be answering it as they come. 42 participants. Thanks so much for joining this webinar. I'm really excited to share the huge updates of Glorify. So just so those of you guys who just joined, to give you context, we're creating an entire marketing campaign in one sitting under 20 minutes. We hope to make it through this. I crafted, as a business owner, a mood board, and Nico's now creating the assets one by one, knocking out the sizes as they come. So I wanted to ask a question, Nico. Like, do you think that, most people think, okay, I need to do a Black Friday campaign. I have to make it a black background. Is this the correct thinking?
No, I don't think it's necessary, man. So you can experiment with other colors as well. So I mean, we know that if you write down Black Friday, everyone is gonna know that it's Black Friday. It's important that you have everything, as I said, like coherent. So okay, this Black Friday campaign, what are the main pillars? So we said that we are using a pastel color palette plus an accent color that is like yellow. So yeah. Big bold font. Okay. So this is my campaign, so it's easy to recognize over all my social media platform or in my website, etc. So people are gonna understand that, okay, this year Pull&Bear Black Friday campaign has pastel color plus big bold font, and it's really, really minimal. So this is the important thing, that you are like coherent through the whole campaign. So you don't need to use the answer is you don't have to use the black background for your assets. Actually, yeah, it's something you can try as you can see here, but it's not necessary.
And that's important, I think, because people don't have to force their brand into a corner or a shell. Be open, explore. It's just a Black Friday campaign. Just make sure it's clear as Black Friday. Use big text, for example, and you're good to go. So yeah, you can see the next. This one's always a tricky one, doing wide skyscraper, because when it comes to wide skyscraper, I always see people misuse the space. Like they either make the text too small or too big. It's always kind of a problem. I just want to answer one question that's from Hafsa on the chat. How was Nico able to grab the canvas from the mood board that I created? Well, yes, this is a team feature. Actually, anyone can access any design file if you're part of a team in Glorify, which is a great, awesome team feature. Very soon to come, you'll see in the roadmap, I'm going to show you guys, the live collaboration feature will be built, and you can further take this to the next level. So notice Nico's use of space there. Everything in these Google ads have to be much bigger. It's okay if it overflows onto the edge of the banners, it goes outside. It's okay, because it's you have to utilize the space.
Just another image. Maybe add a square here for the call to action.
Just to add, for those guys who are non-designers, they might be confused on how elements work in these infinite canvases. You simply add the canvas, and then whatever you drag inside the canvas goes inside the canvas. Whatever you drag outside of the canvas comes out. And if it's outside the canvas, it won't be cropped by it. If it's not cropped by the canvas, that means it won't be in the final export. So make sure anything that's in the canvas has to look. You will notice it's being cropped by it. So that's very important when you're using the infinite canvas. Just a few, I think less than 10 minutes on the infinite canvas, you should be able to get it. We've had a team of non-designers in Glorify, all had, never used the infinite canvas before, completely not oblivious to the design process. They're not very design experienced, and they were able to get it really, really fast, and to the point that everyone demands this workflow over anything else.
So Omar, I'm thinking that maybe for the last post we can try mockups, so we can show the mockup feature as well.
Let's do it.
So let me show you the process again. So here, assets panel, we go here, mockups. We have a huge collection of 3D mockups, but I will use an iPhone probably, for this art. So let me use this. Okay, we go. You see the mockup here. So on the right panel, you can see we have like the content layers. So the display, where you can actually modify what's inside the iPhone. So you click here, and you see this Canva. Place it here. So the nice thing is, if you change the background color here on the content layer, you can the mockups change the color as well. So
it's immediate, isn't it? It's instant.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
It's instant. So let me just copy and paste some elements here. can see it. If I place it here, you can see the text in the mockup. So let's drag and drop this as well. And the image.
Follow how instant the rendering is, guys. This is, we really optimize mockups. If anyone has used, if guys are familiar with 2.0, the mockup rendering was not even close to this. So, you'd have to open it, save it, open it, save it, open it, save it. It's just a overkill workflow. And now, with this simplified, highly effective workflow, you can just add anything on the canvas, instant results. Once you're done, Nico will show you how that works.
Yeah. If I'm happy, maybe, yeah, let me add an arrow here. Yeah. Click on the content layer, then right panel done, mockup. Okay. Yes, I have this mockup here. This is my Pinterest advert. Let's change the background color.
And also, Nico, I guess it's important to tell the guys that, this mockup is a simple one. It's forward facing, but we have a bunch of kind of 3D perspective mockups too that look very realistic, like packaging and cans, a bunch of other stuff. Like, this is what Nico just showed earlier. So plenty of stuff for you guys to experiment with for sure. But that graphic looks great. Again, really simple, great to show the campaign on a mockup if you wanted to. If you're doing UI design or doing a digital product, it's perfect, right?
Yeah, really simple. Maybe can experiment a little bit with the background.
Again, notice how, guys, we just picking colors from the product. That's a simple strategy. If you're confused about what color, you can't go wrong by simply picking colors from your actual product. If you happen to have a brand that has many colors, then of course use your brand colors. But personally, it just adds more strength to the product itself if you simply use the colors from the product itself. It creates more cohesion. I think I noticed this on Apple products a lot. If you look at Apple, all their branding is black and white primarily, but then any color that they're using on their physical products, they will use that in their marketing materials too. And it's just a best practice to go by that. And of course, it's not a hard and fast rule.
Yeah, I'm just playing with symbols, shapes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool, guys. Well, we're coming towards the end of the webinar. Nico, do you mind sharing this file? So to share this, so once Nico's done with a campaign, you're collaborating with your designer, your creative director. You got a bunch of creative assets created. You can simply share that with a single link, and so that you can come in the file and make further changes, changes on copywriting, anything you want. So there's Nico's copying the link. He would send that to me, and if I can quickly share my screen, I get the updated file. And instantly like that, I'm going to go into Zoom, share my screen again. Boom. Can you guys see my screen? So this is my canvas. As you can see, exact same where Nico left off. I've got a whole campaign ready to go. Really excited. I can give him feedback on very particulars. So if I wanted to say, hey, Nico, change this image, perhaps change to product number 2. So I can give all these thoughts and processes if I wanted to. I can drag this comment wherever I want to make it relevant. We'll close that comment. And there's a lot of other tools we have. We do have the pen tool as well, where you can actually handcraft your own illustrations, double click. This is more, of course, professional pro design tools. You have the gradient picker as well, which is updated. Now you can actually create meticulously strong gradient with much more control using these controls. You can switch from radial to linear, and you can add more colors in between, which is very unique to what we've had before. You can go directly on the gradient control and control these handles, which is great as well. So much stuff that you can do now, which in the new app, we didn't have before. I don't want to spend too much time covering every single feature on this webinar. We want to get to what we've planned for you guys on Black Friday. But last piece that I want to kind of go through is that, let's say as a business owner, I want to create variations of these assets that Nico has prepared for me. It's not going to take me long. I just have to click this, duplicate it. If I wanted to replace the product, go ahead, hit replace it with one of the products. Once I got it ready, perhaps I want to, I'll go ahead and remove the background. Hit done. That product is good to go. Perhaps I want to have more variations. So by the way, if you double click, you can go into this zoom mode and you can get finer cropping. You can choose the exact crop you want. Let's say we want to scale this up. I want to get rid of perhaps I want to get rid of the body text and just have that. Here's one version. Maybe I want another version. Great, just duplicate. Go and switch up the colors. Click here. We got the colors all the colors that I added on the color palette here will be available in the project colors. So I can go and pick these colors immediately and play around with the contrast. Perhaps I want to make it a bit lighter. Perhaps I want a different version. No problem. Duplicate. Again, try perhaps a yellow version to stand out. Make the banners the opposite. So we'll make it black and text yellow for it to stand out. If I want to try new elements, Nico's given me all the assets I need to just take my design process a step further. Send these assets in the background. Try these cool little techniques. There we go. And perhaps you want to try one more version with, oops, I think we just had a little bit of a glitch there. Just move these banners, it'll probably come back. Yeah, and we can add, you can also experiment with colors right on the libraries panel as well. So if I go here, go to your tools, you can go ahead and try other color combinations immediately. So there is complete freedom in your design process. You're not really stuck in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to refresh it. I just think I had a loading error because of perhaps the webinar and the webinar load time. So great. Okay, we go back in action. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, so pretty much that looks good to go. And maybe one more version we can make in black as well. So we can do like that. And make maybe this one white, this one, and try this design element in the background, send this to back, and perhaps make this white and fade it down. Use the transparency control over here to make it a bit more subtle. It's a really efficient design process, guys. You can't go wrong just by using the infinite canvas because you can just keep experimenting and find the assets that work. And if you ever need ideas or thoughts and you're not sure about which direction to take, well, guess what? You got everything on a single infinite canvas, and you can go ahead and ask feedback from your team. It's really that effective. Send it with a single file and get people to give you feedback in presentation mode. In fact, if you send it with presentation mode, you can get people to vote the different canvases by reacting to the canvases. So you can send a single file with view mode only. So if you go here, the share icon, set it to just view only, share the file with someone, then they'll only be able to view this file. And then they can go and react. They can say if they like this one, or if they like this one, they can give it a thumbs up. And then you can also have a scale view of all of your different assets that you created in presentation view. So this is the power of Glorify. Now, let's get into where the future relies of Glorify, and then we'll get into the deal. Now, yes, there is a great deal coming up. It's an 80% lifetime discount for Black Friday. The link will be in the chat box. Go check it out. Jump into this deal before it runs out. I know, yes, you do have time, but leading up to Black Friday, there's only going to be So you don't want to miss out on the deal, right? There's only so much time you have to take a moment to actually go through the purchase process. And I'm sure you guys have really busy lives, so jump on the deal while it's live. We will be sending you final reminders, but get on this deal while it's live. Now let's go into some of the future features. So these are, if you go into the page, you'll see all the current features that we have. If you click the link, it'll take you to the detailed page of those features. For example, the infinite canvas, if I click that, it takes you to our website and tells you the value of those features. And in the same light, if you go to the bottom, you can see the actual video editor, the soon to come features, one of them being the video editor. You can explore the roadmap to see everything else that's coming soon. But imagine this, very soon you'll be able to edit videos. We have the icon for it over here already. One click, if you click anything that you want to edit and you click this, a timeline will appear where you can actually start to edit video. You can add videos, you can animate them, add transitions, and hence why you see on here, there's the animation feature coming soon to add transitions. This is all an alpha stage. We've been spending so much time refining our infinite canvas, making it really responsive and really fast and light speed so that it can handle really heavy content like such as video editing. Very soon as well, you'll be able to do batch processing. So you'll be able to select, let's say, all these designs here. Right now, if you batch select them, you can only edit the individual colors. For example, like the yellow over here and other things, right? So you can see all the yellow batch change just by clicking it right here. That's powerful. But imagine very soon you'll be able to now also preview the related images. Like these images are the common images, and you can be able to swap them out. You can swap out all the common text layers as well. If anything says the same thing, like Black Friday, you can batch swap them out at scale to suit any of your needs. You can go into, we're going to also have live collaboration where you can get, if you saw the design process, me and Nico were designing separately. We couldn't be on the same canvas at the same time, unfortunately, but very soon you'll be able to do multiplayer approach, design at the same time. Now that's, of course, going to be a way more powerful workflow. Plugin Marketplace, we've always had different integrations integrated into our libraries panel. If you go down here, we have Icons 8, Ouch, Pixabay, Noun Project, and so much more coming in. In fact, tools even coming in very soon. We want to integrate tools like Photopea, which is more advanced editing software, and so many other APIs that we want to bring into the plugin ecosystem so that you can install these plugins for your team, for yourself, and create, publish, do anything you need based on the plugin that you install. Really excited about those features. And last but not least, Glorify Academy in August 2023. We want to really push the education curve in terms of how to get your marketing assets done faster, align with your brand values, align with your goals, and work collaboratively or solo, depending on how you work. Jump on this deal, guys. Black Friday ends November 25th. Just 15 days to go. Snap the deal while it's live, and yeah, share it out. If you haven't got on the affiliate program and you do want to earn a commission, go check out the affiliate program. I do recommend it, and share the deal out. I think people need to hear about this, of course, and we're really excited about what the future brings. 2023 is going to be really important year for Glorify, where we're going to roll out all these. I mean, you've seen how much, if you look at where Glorify came from and what it is now, it's a night and day difference, right? And it's really important to acknowledge that and know that we are on a very specific trajectory to just build the ultimate content design tool, collaborative content design tool for all businesses alike, and to be able to create marketing materials at scale, geared for both professional designers and non-designers alike, so that they both any people with any skill level in design can come and Glorify and craft beautiful content. And this is the goal, and we want you to participate in that. So if you have any questions, I'm going to go check out what people have been saying inside the chat. Can we change the color of the hoodie? So interesting question there. There is a development that we've been looking at to be able to change, specify color changes. One way to hack that, my friend Frederick, is duplicate the layer. Go to the effects. We have all these effects over here, as you can see on the right-hand side. You can add noise and things like that. But that's not your question. Sorry, I got carried away there. But yeah, important way to actually make this work is go to hue saturation. And oops, I'm not selecting the right layer. Oh yeah, I added noise on here. Okay, so this one goes on the top, and then you add the effect. You go to hue saturation. You change the hue to whatever color you want. Now, of course, the guy's skin is changing, and you don't want that. I know you don't. But one way you can hack it is you go to the background removal tool. And as you go to the background removal tool, you can simply remove the head. Now, this might look a bit freaky, but don't panic. It's just part of the process. And yeah, I'm going to click done. And just like that, you've changed the color of the hoodie, right? So I hope that helps, guys. Very soon, we're going to introduce masks. And so masks are just going to make things a lot better. But once you've done this, guys, it's quite fun. You can do whatever you like to this hoodie now, right? So there's complete flexibility. I'm glad you asked that. It's an important technique. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. This is the first time I've done it. So, okay, let's keep going. So sign up. This is amazing. How much is the current deal? What's the saving from? Okay, so yeah, very important question Haroon just asked. Let's go back to the Black Friday deal. So 80% lifetime discount. Okay, what does that mean exactly? Well, you get a discount for life. As long as you're subscribed to this plan, an annual plan, then you will be getting that huge benefit every year upon year. So it's really important that you sign up for this. We're even thinking of limiting the amount of seats that people join on this deal. We weren't sure if we wanted to give out a lifetime discount, because that it means that as long as you guys are subscribed to it, but we want to give as much value to you guys as possible. So if you do sign up to this, as long as you're subscribed, you get that 80% discount year upon year, and you have those benefits. So that's what the 80% discount means. As to what that the discount is, if you go and click this, $96, you'll see that the original price was actually $479 a year, and that's been reduced to $95. You might be thinking, why $475? Well, you're paying for 5 team member seats, unlimited downloads, unlimited project, unlimited guests, 5 workspaces, 100 back removals, and 100 premium stock per month. Essentially breaks down to 1 user per month, getting all the benefits. And workspaces and things like that has huge value, because you can essentially create as many entire accounts essentially for Glorify as you want. And that's really, really exciting. Sorry, guys. Let me just move out of here. Really important, while I've got you guys on here, it's important to see what Glorify is going to become in a moment. There's one piece, an ingredient that's missing. We're going to change the entire dashboard experience very soon, which is really, really exciting, so that you can have more benefits in terms of how you work in projects and how you scale your design activities and processes. Okay, so while that's loading up, we can get back to that. Do I get access to the future updates for free? Of course, you get access to future updates for free. Any update that, as long as it's part of the plan, you will get. And essentially all features come under the paid plan. The only things we limit on the paid plans are how many users, how many workspaces, and if you're on the free plan, you get limited downloads and limited projects. So it's very much in your best interest to get the Pro yearly plan. If you go to our pricing page, you'll see the price is way higher than this for the Pro plan, the business plan. You save so much getting this. And on the free plan, you just have 5 downloads and 5 projects. So there's a huge benefit, of course, to jumping on this deal. Okay, so let me show you where the dashboard is going to be going soon. Okay, so prototype, dashboard, there we go. So this is a new dashboard that is soon to come, guys. We've reimagined it. We want to give people personal files in your account. So when you come here, you'll actually have your own personal files. You have training files where you can go into Glorify, actual files where you can learn some important techniques and strategies. And then you'll get your templates and everything else. You'll get your own unique upload section as well. So your personal files and your uploads will be in one click. And then you can go and create projects where you can collaborate with team members. And so the way projects work is that you can have folders inside project. This is what you have to pay for. Essentially, this is a paid feature. And if you get the deal, of course, you'll get this when we launch this new dashboard within, we're planning to release it in early 2023, where you can actually create folders, invite team members into these folders, invite guests like your clients to collaborate in some of these design projects, add a brand kit. For example, we can add a whole brand kit. We can add logos and things like that. So let me see, this is just a prototype at this stage. So yeah, if you go through the brand kit, this is as you add your logos, you can add your logos, you can add your fonts. You can add a template gallery that you can reusable templates for your team. So it's going to be a really scalable dashboard where you can centralize everything. You can create these projects, invite relevant team members. And the unique thing about Glorify is that you get in a paid plan, you get 5 team members within it, and you can control whether they get access to certain projects or not. So if you want to exclude someone from a project, you can exclude them. Or if you want to add someone, you can add them. And you got that robust control, and you get unlimited guests. So there's nothing stopping you from inviting people to individual designs with limited access. So really exciting stuff there, guys. If you have more questions, I think I've already explained what projects and workspaces. So there's a question on project and workspaces. And I think that should be done. Guys, sign up, subscribe to our YouTube channel on, subscribe to our Glorify YouTube channel on YouTube and, stay tuned and up to date. There's also going to be a bi-weekly newsletter. If you're a free user, you'll be getting that to stay in tune with different updates. Jump on this deal and I will see you guys on the other side. All right, so we'll end it there. Nico, any final thoughts or questions from you or anything that you want to end with?
You said everything, so it's fine. Thanks, Guy.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Nico. And really appreciate you guys tuning in for this one. So yeah, take care and enjoy the rest of your evening in London or wherever you are, if it's a morning or afternoon. Take care. Bye.